Hi, my name is Bob Brennaman. I'm a realtor here in Charleston, South Carolina. Today we're going to sit down and talk to Bill and Kathy, two of my favorite clients from Ohio that I helped move here recently. And we're going to kind of talk about the things that they encountered while relocating from Ohio. Hope you guys enjoy. Bill and Kathy, tell me a little bit about, I know y'all, you moved down here from Ohio and you obviously did some research before you ended up in Charleston, and eventually where we sit today is Daniel Island. I mean, tell me, what got you interested in this area?
Well, years ago we came down here on vacation. We've never been to South Carolina. Decided to check it out. So we came down here and we just discovered Charleston. We fell in love with it. And for years after that, we came down mostly to Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Hilton Head, but not Daniel Island until about 3 years ago. We discovered Daniel Island purely by accident. And we ended up over here and we got totally lost. We didn't know anything about it, anything where it was or anything. And over the years, we got used to it and we said, this is where we want to live.
Something always drew us here, and it's probably because we both are history buffs. We love history, and this city is just filled with so many beautiful things. If you like architecture, if you like just history, if you like beautiful plants, gardening, it's a feast for the eyes.
It's a paradise. And just, the Revolutionary War, Civil War history, and George Washington was down here a lot. It's just all the forts and museums, and it's just such a beautiful place. And the best thing is our neighbors. We've lived in houses all over Ohio where we came from originally, and we never had nice neighbors. Over here, down here, every one of our neighbors is wonderful. We have never had such a group of neighbors, and it's just so pleasant to live here.
Y'all are such very social people, and meeting people. I think when you're open to meeting people, I think it certainly helps.
Well, you don't even have to do that, though, really. I mean, honestly, I guess I talk more than a lot of people, but they're just so open. I mean, some people at another location might not be that welcoming and warm.
Over the holiday season, our neighbors invited us over for Christmas dinner. We never had that anywhere. I mean, our neighbor across the street invited us to go to Italy with him. I mean, that's unheard of where we lived before. They're just so outgoing and friendly and talkative. They come over to our house, and he brings me, things all the time, and I take things over to him. It's just so pleasant.
So y'all got really settled into Daniel Island.
Oh, yes.
I mean, besides your neighbors, what are some things that y'all really enjoyed about being on Daniel Island?
There's so many activities on the island. We have the tennis tournament. There are rock concerts and all kinds of activities at the stadium. And then the downtown has nice restaurants. All the merchants are wonderful. We've got to know a lot of the merchants. And they're just
absolutely. And they have that farmer's market. We haven't really taken advantage of that, but that's starting off. That's real nice.
Yeah.
We have a dog park here.
And the walking paths. I go for a walk every day. It's just unbelievable.
And there's people crabbing right off the dock down there by the children's park. And we were just asking them, how do you do this? And they were explaining to us how we hunt for crabs, which we didn't know anything about.
Tell me about some of the, I know y'all got really involved, like I know you did the coastal living house, I guess volunteer work out here, so, talk about
I dragged him later.
And I had more fun.
Yeah. They had, they wanted volunteers, and I said, what the heck? So I went down there, and we got the biggest kick out of it because there were people literally from everywhere. They just weren't from Daniel Island. They were people from all over the U.S. But we got to, show them the coastal living house, and we got to see all the really, really nice high-end things that you can do if you have, funds that never end. That was absolutely a fun opportunity. And then I had wanted to join something to get to know people, and I joined the East Cooper Newcomers Club. And they had a coffee hour, and I went to that, and they have them at various locations. And I went and I got involved, and now I'm doing treats for troops and ladies lunch and We're going to do kayaking, almost anything you can think of. They also have, for the married people, couples night where we go to different restaurants all over
It's fun.
Charleston. You get to meet a lot of different people.
That's the East Cooper Newcomers Club.
Right.
That's back in Mount Pleasant.
And all of a sudden now I'm going to be the activities director for next year.
Well, they've got a good activities
Yeah,
director.
promoted.
Talk to me about the relocation process as far as, things that you encountered that were troublesome, or just, you bought this house, you didn't move down immediately, and you kind of transitioned. Kind of talk about that process and what it was like.
Well, we had our house in Ohio, and we decided to put it on the market. And we thought it would take 6 months to 2 years. And to our surprise, we sold it in 4 days. Luckily, we owned a condo up there also. And so we were able to move everything into the condo and some storage bins. And as soon as we got that accomplished, we came down here and started looking. Then we came back up for the holiday season and moved down here in January permanently.
So y'all been here since January?
A year.
A year.
Yeah,
A
we've
year.
been here a year and like 5 months now.
The
And
biggest thing about moving this far is you kind of have to have your ducks in a row. I mean, people quoted us different prices for moving down here, and we had a much larger house. So my husband and I were kind of thinking, now how are we going to do this? Should we pay somebody, and it was an astronomical amount of money in our eyes to move down here, or should we try to do, little things at a time? Well, we chose to do the little things at a time. Now that money doesn't look bad at all, because we had 5 huge storage bins beside the garage that we're using at the condominium, and we had to move all that stuff down.
And y'all brought it down to pieces, didn't you? Didn't y'all come down and...
Pretty much, yeah. And before, we had always built our home, so this is the first used home we had. So that was kind of a shock, because you're used to having, brand new of everything, and then you come in and things are not the way you always were used to having them.
Right, you have to adjust for some things. So,
Yeah.
so we got everything pretty much the way we want it now.
Were there any challenges or things that owning a house remotely, being up there, for a time before you got down here, that you found challenging, or things that you
Well,
would have
It
done?
still
The
is.
thing is our family is I grew up with 9 brothers and sisters, and we just don't see them like we used to. And all our friends, and we had to make all new friends. And
Well,
the fact we had to rent 5 U-Hauls over a period of a year to move all our stuff down.
And we still have the condominium
We still have
full
stuff
of
up there, but
the garage.
we go back about 2-3 times a year for a couple of weeks. We were up there for Christmas for about 10 days.
And
then we're going to go
our
up again.
grandchildren are there too.
Yeah, we have grandchildren, so we're going to go back again another month or so.
So no plans to go back to Ohio except to visit and
Yeah,
see
we're
your
going to go back
grandkids.
and,
No.
no.
Good thing they have cell phones, because I talk to my best friends all the time, frequently during the day. And they were down here, and they have their own lives up there, but they wish we were up there. But I said, move down here. So
There you go. There you
I
go.
said, we have an airport. I'll pick you up.
Yeah. But it's just such a pleasure to living down here.
I mean, how many
Love it.
people can be in their driveway and you look up and you see a bald eagle?
Yeah, right.
There was just right up there, and then there was that hawk that was over there
Right.
on the tree.
Where you're sitting.
I forgot that's something y'all are bird aficionados, for lack of a better word.
Well, just any kind of
Yeah, there's
animal,
so much
basically.
wildlife here. Birds and all kinds of animals. It's just incredible that we don't see normally.
It's nice being in a town that's so positive too.
Right. A very positive town.
This place is growing, and people always want to come here. So that's a big change, having a city where people
And
really
downtown
wanna
Charleston
come.
is a dream. I mean, it's almost like Fifth Avenue or Michigan Avenue in New York or Chicago, because there's just so many stores.
It's like a small town that's big.
Yeah, right, exactly. Exactly.
It really is, because most cities nowadays don't have a lot of shopping downtown. And Charleston does. I like that, because it's not just a mall. We do have malls around here, but it's more fun to walk down King Street, because you get to see the college students milling around, just all kinds of characters. I think that's so neat.
All right, that wraps up our talk with Bill and Kathy today. I hope our conversation was something that gives you more information about Charleston. If you have questions about the area, Daniel Island, anywhere in the Charleston, South Carolina area, please feel free to give me, Bob Brennaman, a call at 843-345-6074, or you can always visit me on the web at charlestonproperty.net.